Stand by.
I'm Andrew Frederick.
I'm Chuck West.
This is our
I want to
project
take a
blind spot.
picture.
Because I came to get it and it went.
Kristen Keys is a Comcast cable customer. She has a cable set-top box, and she has a high-speed modem. We were introduced to Kirsten's problem last fall when we were working on our project, trying to figure out what we were going to do. And she's just a perfect use case because she was a Comcast customer who was calling into 1-800-COMCAST only 3 times to get resolution to her problem, which was she was unable to order a VOD asset. Her symptoms were that the set-top box was working, she could see all of her linear channels, and her high-speed modem was working, everything was good, there was no alerts, nothing. She was calling into the Comcast cares, talking to the folks there, and they're going through all the troubleshooting and all that, and no issues were being found. The short story to that is that there was 3 phone calls made, and all 3 basically ended up with an unresolved experience for Kristen.
So what we decided to do is we took Kristen's information or account and we did some looking in Scout Flux to see what the quality of service was being delivered to her home. As you can see in the screenshot here, this is Kristen's house. And all around her are all these red dots indicating that there's definitely some sort of impairment or degradation to the service in Kristen's neighborhood. So what ended up happening is a truck was rolled out to this neighborhood. In an aerial span, there was a crack that was found in the cable that was repaired and replaced. Service was restored. And afterwards, we came back and did another screenshot. And you can tell that the quality of service has definitely been positively impacted for this neighborhood.
3 times Kristen was on the phone to our CAEs, and each time the CAE was going through the troubleshooting and all that with Kristen. They were looking for alerts that were happening in her house, if any, there was none reported. Doing the soft resets, everything that the CAEs could do to try to help her out. This is the interesting screen that the CAE was using. It's Grand Slam. It's a set-top box health check. It shows her box. It shows a button there to go get the health of her set-top box. When that button is selected, basically no useful data is displayed on there. There's no indication that the set-top box is good or bad. This is our blind spot.
So we thought it was great to basically build off of what our mentor Larry Wolcott's tool was Scout Monitor. So for several years, this set-top box tab has been present in Scout Monitor, but we weren't even really doing it justice. We weren't presenting a lot of good information that would be useful for troubleshooting, useful for changing that conversation that we would have with Kristen Keys. So beforehand, we had no information about any boxes that were associated with this account. We wouldn't come back with anything. After our project got implemented, this is the information that we're now showing. So leveraging Dave Monorat's information from the BCWH, the DAC data is basically pulled in on a nightly basis, and we're going to report basically some key values that we thought were important to display to help characterize the non-responders. So some fields of interest would be last response and last failure date. So the last time that the DAC had a problem or a success communicating with that set-top box, we're going to present that on the screen to help troubleshoot. We also want to look at the transmit power level and number of power level adjustments that we do. So within the Motorola specification, we know very clearly, what's our ceiling and what's our floor for those levels that we should be getting at the box. So we can basically colorize those results and report back if we've got a problem with the transmit power level. The power level adjustments, we know that if the box is constantly adjusting its power, if that number is going up, then we know that there's probably an impairment or a degradation in the line, and that